about our scouts, the hard work that they put in, the process that we've done. A lot of miles, a lot of early flights, late nights getting home. I really appreciated their work, and they fought for their players, and we're pretty happy with what we've got. Defensemen, yeah, we got a few. But at the end of the day, I mean, obviously Tommy, we think very, very highly of him, and we like everything about him. The compete, the character as a person is phenomenal. He doesn't give you the old hockey player answers. I think he's a really intriguing person to start with, but he's going to be a heck of a player for us. And then our second pick, we feel we got good second round value there. Solid player, moves pucks very well. He's smart player. And we're happy we got him where we got him.
I guess with your two third-round picks, it kind of feels like a little bit of the opposite of the other. One's more of a defensive penalty killer on the left side, the one's more of an offensive guy. What did you like so much about the defensive style that we saw from Mino?
Mino, I think there's more room to grow there. He's a light kid. He's got a pretty good frame on him. You look at him. We watched him through the year. Our scouts really liked him. He was kind of put down in the lineup this year with their team being so stacked. So, but he was first over the boards on the penalty kill unit. The last couple minutes of play, he was the guy. And I actually think there's a lot more growth with his offense. And I think he'll get more of an opportunity next year to prove that. We really like his smarts and the way he moves the puck.
It feels like smarts was something you targeted in the fourth round as well. Talk us through Mueller and the selection there, because that overage one, little surprise there.
Yeah, little surprise. Our guys really liked him. Our U.S. guys followed him quite a bit this year, and that was one of the main reasons is his smarts, and he's a good two-way player. But our scouts think that he's got some more offense to give. He had pretty good numbers. Nothing that's going to blow the doors off you, but I think that there's room to grow there in that area too.
With Vilmer, you got a 6'6" guy. Aside from being 6'6", what are you excited about?
Well, obviously he's a big, rangy guy, and but his skating's pretty smooth. And our scouts over there thought he, a bit of a sleeper. He's going to be a project, and he's going to take time to fill out and learn how to use his size. But we're real excited about him and the prospect of what he could become.
He was a teammate of Lekaramäki's. Did that additional coverage help the process, making you comfortable taking it?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, obviously, having him there probably would have helped. But at the end of the day, we were focusing on that player. And I think that, what we're trying to do is project players down the road. And this is something that we feel that, given some time here and strength, he's going to be a heck of a player.
We know how much Patrick and Jim have prioritized player development, adding bodies in that fourth round and the fifth round. Whether it's Perkins or Mueller, guys you saw as intelligent, clearly, or projects, but not with substantial scoring profiles, as you alluded to in your answer on Mueller.
Yeah.
What do you hope just the player development apparatus can help mold out of these guys?
Well, obviously we're looking at, Mueller. I think, obviously we want some more offense to come out, but I think at the end of the day, you're looking at a good third line center. Hopefully he can get to that point. We try to project those guys, like I said, down the road, and I think he has some tools to get there. He's a good skater, and I think, he's only going to get better here.
How do you view, just philosophically, sort of non-scoring prospects or pedestrian scoring prospects in terms of projecting their future value?
Well, obviously attributes. I mean, that has a lot to do with it. I mean, just because, you might say the numbers aren't there, but we're projecting them to get better, and the numbers will get better.
Right.
How critical is that for next year? If he is ended up on a third pairing or out some games, like, does it seem like the NCAA might not be the best choice of that option? How important is minutes?
I'm not worried about him. I think that he's going to go in and he's going to demand minutes. That's the kind of player he is. And you talk to him, he's pretty confident kid, and I like that about him.
And it said that they kind of targeted him because they wanted the right shot defenseman. So that kind of comes with you're expecting a lot of minutes for him.
I expect him to go in and be a real good player, and hopefully at the end of the day he's their best defenseman. So that's what I'm expecting. But at the end of the day, I think he's expecting that too. So.
With Willander, obviously played a ton during the U18s, but had that big game shutting down that U.S. top line. A lot of those guys end up in the first round. What role does a big game performance like that play, particularly given how you guys have seemed to weight tournament performance, whether it's been Danila Klimovic or Yoni or Mo in the past?
We had Willander before the tournament. I tell you that. I mean, we followed him since the Halinka, obviously, and his game and the trajectory of his game has gone like that, and that's something that we noticed. And obviously, to top it off with a good U18 performance is great. But we went through the process. We put the file together on him, and at the end of the day, we really liked the player that we got there. No, because I'm looking at attributes. I mean, everybody can say, well, he's playing 5th minutes or 6 minutes. No, I look at the attributes of the player, what he does on the ice, and that's what I look for.
With Mueller, what is the future here? I think he's 20 now. He's 20 years old now. So is AHL very soon? Is that the hope with him?
Well, I think, I don't know right now if he's coming in or not, but I think another year wouldn't hurt him. But that's up to our development guys.
Was there any sort of push to go all defenseman at this draft? I think you guys were trending that way.
That's pretty funny. You know what? The way the list was going, that's we're looking at our players that our guys are pushing for, and it happened to be defensemen in those areas. But sometimes it goes like that. Sometimes it's all forwards. So I think we lucked out in the picks that we got.
How did the top 10 play out compared to what you were expecting? Day one there? Head and shoulders.
Yeah, you know what? I think that at the end of the day, we had in our mind that we thought it was going to play that way. Maybe there are a couple different slots, but at the end of the day, I think that's the way we thought it. Yeah, there was a couple different ones in there. Yeah.
Distinct lack of wheeling and dealing too, right?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I mean, all over. I think the whole thing. So everybody kind of valued their picks, I think, this year.
There's a lot of multiple.
Yeah.
Multiple second rounders.
3 in a row they had there. I think they traded the one, but they had 3 in a row. Yeah, or was it?
And then Seattle had 3, but nobody moved up.
No, I'm sure the phones were ringing, but I don't think anything happened. But it was, that's why we were real happy to make our picks, and like I said, it was the way it plays out. That's the way it plays out. I mean, we put our list together and we, do the process and the whole deal, and make sure that we're ready to make the picks.
I just got one final one about how excited for you for development camp next week. You get to watch these guys as well as all the players you've drafted in the past.
Yeah, I mean, especially all of them. The year before. I mean, it's always good to see how those guys are improving, and because I don't get to see them all the time, and it'll be great. I'm sure everybody's looking forward to that back there.
How good did it feel to just get a defenseman in that first round? We've heard it's been a while.
You guys talk about that stuff all the time. I mean, I see it, but at the end of the day, we went with the best player, and that's what we do. And you can say positional or not positional. We went with the best player.
Todd, can you walk us through the next 12 hours in terms of dev camp and filling out that roster? And do you have a role in that?
That's not my job.